Okay, I was talking to a buddy of mine, fellow YouTuber Kevin Robinson. Most of you guys probably already know Kevin. And he asked me if I had a fence along the back of my yard. And I said, yeah, I got a nice fence on the back. He says, well, I got an idea for you that'll help you grow squash and cucumbers and any other kind of vine vegetable that you want to grow. So that's what today's video is going to be about. So let's get to it. So Kevin's idea was to build a couple of planter boxes and hang them right there off of the top of the fence. And that way, if I've got some yellow squash or zucchini squash or cucumbers or any other kind of vine, maybe strawberries, they can just grow right over the side of the fence and they don't take up any space in the garden. So if I was to plant one or two squash plants in one of my raised beds, it would take up the whole bed. But this way I can grow 2 or 3 plants in each box and they just grow over the side of the fence. Alright, I just flipped this panel over and I'm gonna use some brad nails. These are 5/8 inch thick slats, so with 2 of them together that's 1 1/4 inch. I've got 1 1/4 inch brad nails, so that's cutting it awful close. I don't want it to nail through the other side, something to snag your finger against. So I'm gonna put these in a little bit slanted. And I'll go ahead and do that for the other 2 braces as well. Alright, I'm getting ready to make the other side to the box. I don't know if you can see this or not, but these cedar fence slats are kind of bowed like this, and I want that on the inside, so that's where I'm going to put my supports, because those will be on the inside of the box. Okay, since these fence slats are 6 feet, I want to use just one slat to be able to do both of the insides. So normally I would cut 12 inches, but because I've got the dog ears on the end and then there's the curve of the blade, I'm going to cut these at 11 3/4 inches. So again, it's not something that you're going to notice, but that way I'll be able to use this entire slat with no waste and I'll be able to build both of the end pieces. Alright, that worked out pretty well. By the time I got to the last piece, I barely got a piece of the dog ear left. So that's close enough to perfect for me. I'm going to go ahead and pre-drill these because I'm going to use screws to attach these, and I don't want the cedar to split. Alright, I've got all the outside walls put together. So now I need to get the bottom on. But before I do that, I want to put a center brace on. So in order to figure that out, I need to know what the measurement is here. So this is going to be a lot more accurate. And looks like 10 3/4. So I'll cut me a piece that's 10 3/4, and I'll install it there in the center, and that'll keep that from bowing in or out. All right, let's go ahead and get this put in place. Get that flush. Looks okay here. So I'll go ahead and brad nail that in. Okay, so I'm just going to use a couple of slats, and since I've got this on the outside, that's going to add another inch, so I need my dog ears, and that'll create a little bit down the center, some drainage, so I'm not concerned about that at all. I want drainage on the bottom, and I'll have some garden cloth on the bottom to keep the dirt in, and that'll also keep this from holding water. Okay, since I've got this center piece here, I'm going to go ahead and countersink and put a couple of screws in there for extra security. Okay, I feel pretty good about that. And I'll do the same thing on either end, and then I'm going to brad nail down the edge here. Be right back. I normally have pretty good luck with these DeWalt nails every now and then. Come on. There we go. All right, let's take a look. So that one goes all the way to the end. This one folds up a little bit, and that's fine. So this is ready to mount, fill, and plant. So let's take it over to the fence. All right, I went ahead and got this semi-attached. I couldn't do that, hold this up, screw it in, and run a camera at the same time. So what I did was I drove in some washer head screws everywhere that I had a slat, because I've got every other one is on this side, every other one's on the other side. So the slats on this side I screwed into, and I did that all the way down. And I had a 2x4 under here propping it up while I was doing that. So now what I'm going to do to just help brace it, so I'm going to attach a couple of these along the bottom just to help shore it up a little bit more. So let me go ahead and do that. All right, got it mounted. I've attached it on the inside all the way down. Got my center brace there. Got my garden cloth. And underneath, I've got my other braces, additional braces. So you might be wondering why I made this as deep as I did. And that's because I want to take this bottom layer here and do some hugelkultur with that. I mean, why not? I've got the room to do it. Why not do it? So I'm gonna get some hugelkultur limbs in there, and then we'll fill it up with some garden soil. Get some cucumbers in there. All right, that looks pretty good. I think that'll be enough. So I'm going to fill the rest up with garden soil. Okay, when I was bringing these home from the store, they fell off of my cart and most of these got broken. I'm going to go ahead and plant them. Maybe one of them, or maybe they'll come up. I don't know. But, we'll throw them in there and see what happens. Alright, that's going to do it for this week. So I'll see you guys later.